Okay, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakwadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Once again, we are here with the highways and the byways, you know, doing the work of the Lord Yahweh, by Yahweh Shai, in truth and sincerity. We out here to tell you the downfall of Esau, the so-called white man, and his government, which is America, man, and the European governments, man. Anywhere where Esau dwells, anywhere where Esau rules, that kingdom is going down, man. See, the whole kingdom of Esau consists of America and NATO and the EU, man. This is their kingdom. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Who won in this world? Who was the wicked? Okay. Malachi, the first chapter, the 4th verse, man, explains who was the wicked in the 4th chapter, man. Right. No, the first verse, the first chapter, the 4th verse, man, Slaki, man. Malachi chapter 4, Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. The first chapter, the 4th verse, man, explains who the wicked is, man. You know? So here we are right now, prophesying the downfall of America. So get that in Isaiah 34th chapter.
It is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear.
And that's what we out here doing. We telling you nations, starting with Esau, the so-called white man, what's your judgment, man? Your judgment is thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them chariots, man. But before that, all kind of hell's gonna break loose, man. We telling you, man, so we.
It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world.
And that's what we out here in the highways and the byways. And we put it up on YouTube because wherever you at, whether you in Swahili, whether you in Africa, whether you in Zimbabwe, another nation, another part of Africa, whether you in Europe, you know what I'm saying? You could, whether you in China, you could take the YouTube and put in your perspective language and listen to the prophets, man, speak, man, day and night, man. You could pause it, come back 5 hours later, and restart it, or you would start where you paused it at, man. And you're gonna hear the downfall of these countries. That's why it says all the earth. Read it again.
It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people.
To hear what the prophecies, I'm saying that the prophecies of the Lord, man, that his prophets are bringing out, man. Yeah, bro.
It says, let the earth hear, and all that is therein,
let the
world.
earth hear, and all that is in the world, man. How are they gonna do that? How are they gonna be able to hear the prophets in America? Mainly in where we at, in our location, is through the internet, man. Through the unicorn. Like I said earlier, you could put this this video in your perspective language and learn these scriptures and hear the prophecies of the downfall of Esau and the rest of the nations, man. And the 2/3 unique ones, especially Native Americans, that have joined us unto Esau, man. Okay.
It says, and all things that come forth of it, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
For the indignation, which is righteous anger of the Lord, is upon all these nations, man. All these nations are going to feel the fierce anger and the wrath of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, man. Because all these nations have their hand in spoiling and pillaging and doing bodily harm to the sons of Israel, man. And to tell you who our enemies are in Psalms, the 83rd chapter, the 1st verse, 83 and 1, on down, showing you that Esau is the #1 enemy. Then you got Ishmael, then you got Moab. And who's mainly in the ghettos, man? Selling you poison or popping your woman behind your back, man. Moab is selling you poison, and you got these Arabs in these different bodegas, you know what I'm saying, that's popping your woman behind your back while you out there selling drugs in the middle of the store, or out there, what's up, Aki? You know, thinking he's your brother, but he's really doing your woman, man. And those are the #1 and #2 against the sons of Israel, man. You got #2 and #3, Esau being #1.
That's right.
You got Esau first, then you got Ishmael, then you got Moab. Why is that a line? Why is that a line? Because who's in our neighborhoods, man? Moab, Ishmael, and a certain instance Esau. Yeah, bro.
God. It says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all people, and his fury, all nations, and his fury is upon all their armies.
And his fury is upon all their armies, man. Which is the Lord's fury? Concentrated fire, thermonuclear destruction. To prove that, you go to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, the 1st verse on down, when Yahweh Shai came and cracked them skies, and they was in the midst of World War III, and they stopped and tried to subdue the man that came out of, what I'm saying, that was on the mountain, what I'm saying, which was Yahweh Shai, which is a big chariot, man, which looked like a mountain, man, but it was actually a chariot, yeah, bro.
God. And it says, he hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
The Lord hath utterly destroyed them. How does the Lord utterly destroy them? do his military might, do the Lord's army, which another army of the Most High is the missiles, man. Another army of the Most High is them chariots that's going to crack them sky when Yahweh Shah come back, man. These are armies of the Lord, man. They tell you that the missiles are the Most High's army.
I got you. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 3. It says, "A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth."
A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth, man. Hey, man. Yeah, bro, right now.
Joel 2, verse 2. "A day of darkness and of gloominess."
Start at the top, man.
Alright, I got you. Joel 2, verse 1. "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain."
And that's what we do. We blowing the trumpet in Zion. Zion represents Zion, talking about the children of Israel, the sons of Israel. We blowing that trumpet. We sounding an alarm, telling you Negroes, especially the Americans, get right with the Most High. Why? Because, hey, we are the sons of the living power. And not only that, hey, man, we are royal people. And not only that, this land is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, man, and concentrated fire from the chariots to get right with the Most High, man. So we sounding an alarm and blowing the trumpet, man. The trumpet, these scriptures, man. The alarm we blowing, man. And the alarm we sounding is telling you that America's going to be destroyed, man.
That's it.
To get right there, bro.
It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand."
Let all the people in the land tremble, man, for the day of the Lord cometh. It's near at hand, man. What's the day of the Lord, man? Hold that real quick and get Zephaniah 1 and 14.
Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. "The great day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly."
The day of the Lord is thermonuclear destruction, and the mighty men, it's talking about Esau and his military, man.
Yeah.
They're going to cry bitterly, man. Why? Because they're going to see the first strikes that's going to happen, they're going to destroy the America's military, man. That's how you incapacitate a nation, man, or an empire. You destroy their military first, man. Destroy their means of striking back at you, man.
Yeah.
Destroy their satellites, they can't receive any message. Destroy their military, man.
Yeah.
So the mighty man's going to cry there bitterly when they see that their military has been destroyed first. It's more incoming missiles, and it's going to be rocking America. You know what I'm saying? And destroying this land, man. Finish because we're going to get back to this real quick.
That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress.
That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, man, because distress is coming upon America, man. America will be destroyed, man. Right along with the feminist movement, right along with Black Lives Matter, right along with every last wicked-ass device that's been pushed upon our people, man. Homosexuality, lesbianism, everything is going to be wiped out, man, destroyed, man, right over in America. America's going to be a desolate wilderness, man. Yeah, bro.
A day of wasteness and desolation.
A day of wasteness and desolation. What's the Most High's wasteness, man? The waster. The Most High, see, he created, what's that,
Smith too. I got you.
Bring it up real quick, you know what I'm saying? That's Isaiah, the 54th chapter, man.
Isaiah 54, verse 16. "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire."
Who's the smith? The modern day smith is these scientists, man, that blow up the coals in the fire. Because back in the ancient when you were at the locksmith, the gun, I'm saying, the swordsman, the swordsmith that made instruments, you know what I'm saying, of weaponry, man.
Ironsmith.
The ironsmith, they made all kind of weaponry, man. Now the modern day smith is these scientists, man, that's making these nuclear weapons, man. And the Most High's got these Edomites in a trick bag, man. It's the same device they making. It's gonna be the same device the Lord's gonna use to destroy them, man.
Right.
So the Most High created a smith that blew up the coals in the fire, Gabriel.
"And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work."
And what's that instrument he's bringing forth for his work? The instrument is hypersonic nuclear missiles, supersonic nuclear missiles, thermal nuclear missiles, man. If you will, ICBM. Nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Yeah, bro.
It says, "And I have created the waster to destroy."
The Lord have created the waster to destroy, which is the nuclear missiles, man. That's what it says in Zechariah chapter 14, 1 and 14. The waste and desolation, man. Read it again, Baba Kashan.
Day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble.
Making sure, because I ain't.
Still recording?
Check it out real quick.
Still out here. Read it.
All right. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
And what's the instruments that's going to do that? It's going to bring that thick darkness, that gloominess, and destruction, man. Thermonuclear missiles and also the concentrated fire from them chariots, man. When Yahweh shall crack them skies, man. Pursuant to 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, the 1st verse on down, man. Got more? That was it. Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Joel 2 and verse 1, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound in the... Well, let me start with verse 2. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds of thick darkness.
Same thing that's being read in Joel, it was read in Zephaniah, man.
Yep.
Show me that, hey, man, it's read differently, but it's the same prophecy, it's the same destruction that's gonna come upon America, man.
The same vision.
The same vision that Zephaniah saw, the same vision that Joel saw, man. So it's gonna come upon America, man. There's no escaping the judgment of the Lord Yahweh, man. All these nations, started with the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks and the Romans, even Jake ruling during the time of the Dark Ages, man. They all came to, they had their beginning and they ended, man. So you think Esau in his 3rd time ruling. And the Most High showed favor unto you wicked ass people, man. Let favor be shown unto the wicked, yet they will not learn righteousness, man. Because, hey, you had to rule, you ruled 3 times, man. The Greeks, the Romans, now this time, man. And now you're in the Renaissance, man. And you still have not learned righteousness, man. You increased in wickedness. Therefore, the judgment is going to come upon you, and it's going to be sorely delivered unto you, man.
Yes, sir.
It goes on to say, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like.
Let's talk about the nuclear missiles, man. It's not talking about a people or army. Let's talk about thermonuclear destruction, man. Concentrated fire from them chariots, man. The Lord's army is the missiles, man. Right along with them chariots that's gonna bust them skies open, wide open. Crack them skies wide open and bring death, destruction, and deliverance. The Lord's army is the sons of Israel, man.
That's right.
And that's why it says, when you go to Exodus 15, it speaks about how Yahweh is a man of Lord.
Man of war.
Yahweh is a man of war.
Yeah.
Yahweh is his name.
The Lord of hosts is his name, right?
Lord of hosts, man. And what's a host? A host is an army. So the Lord, like the elder brother's going into, the Lord has his own army, man.
The Lord of armies, man.
Yeah.
The Lord of Sabaoth.
Yeah.
Which means Lord of armies. You got to bring it up real quick.
I got a quick precept. The same prophecy in a different iteration. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Hey, because nobody's really watching. The only one that's watching the only one that's watching is the true prophets of the Lord, man. So the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, man. Whereas they're gonna catch everybody off guard, man. When the thief come in, he ain't gonna let you see him coming. He's gonna come in secretly, steal all your goods. And then when you realize that you've been robbed, you've been had.
What you niggas call the ski mask way, man.
Yeah, that's right. You've been had by a hustler. But in this thing, but in this case, you're gonna be caught off guard by the destruction of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man.
That's right. It says, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
The heavens meaning the rulership of Esau, because the heaven represents rulership, man. So the heavens going to pass away with a great noise. What's that great noise? Thermal, nuclear destruction, and concentrated fire from them chariots, man. Hey, we bringing it out in different scriptures, man, different times, man. The Old Testament and this is the New Testament, man. So we telling you, man, America, we're not telling you, the scriptures are telling you, America is going to be destroyed, man. Right along with them rats over there that call themselves Israelis, and certain parts of Russia, certain parts of China, certain parts of Great Britain, France, and Germany. Yeah. Certain parts, man. That's why the earth is going to shake to and fro like a drunkard, man. Okay, bro.
And the elements shall melt away with fervent heat.
What's the elements? Cars, buildings, people, animals. These are the elements that's going to melt away with fervent heat. And a perfect illustration of that is a movie back in the 70s called The Day After Tomorrow that the apostles always bring out. And they prompted me to watch that video. And it showed the evisceration of when the missiles hit animals, buildings, people. Watch that movie. It's called Day After Tomorrow. It's a 70s movie. Also, another perfect illustration is Terminator 2, which we always bring out, man. You know what I mean?
It's Sarah Connor, right?
Yeah, bro.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
And now, not the whole earth. Certain parts of the earth is going to be destroyed, but guess what? They're going to be built back up through the slaves. America's going to be totally destroyed. It's going to become a desolate wilderness, man. A place where foul beasts, foul creatures dwell, man. Unclean spirits dwell, man. Yeah, that was it.
That was it on that.
So
I'm back at.
we're gonna finish that. We're gonna come back to 34.
So back in the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 3, it says, "A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behold, and behind them a desolate wilderness."
Because you got the missiles being propelled by that fire, but also you got to understand this. You got certain parts of America, like Nebraska, Wyoming, that's a number of greenery.
Right.
Greenery. Beautiful, man. I mean, beautiful. I mean, land, spacious land. There's number of grass and trees and greenery, vegetation. It's beautiful. Like the Garden of Eden.
Hey, bro, if I may, there's even a place on the West Coast in California that's called Paradise, bro.
You can. There you go, because of the greenery, the fine land, you know, and who have control of that land, man? The earth is given to the hands of the wicked.
Yeah.
So all that fine greenery, all the vegetation, all the cattle, all that beautiful, spacious land is like the Garden of Eden before the missiles hit. But after the missiles hit, it's gonna be a what?
It says, before them, let me read it again, "And a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness."
Once the missiles hit, what's gonna leave behind? It's gonna leave behind a desolate wilderness, man. You know? Before the missiles hit, you're gonna see, certain, but like I said, certain parts of America is beautiful, man. You know? The parts in the Midwest, in the parts, and when you travel on South 95, man, going down south, wherever you going, man, and you travel, you see nothing but greenery and trees, man, especially in the summertime, man. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Mountains.
You know? But before the missiles hit, you're gonna see the beauty of America. But after, you're gonna see nothing but desolation, wilderness, man. Smoke and dust. That's all you're gonna see, man. And that's the future of America. You got more?
Yep, it says, "And nothing shall escape them."
And nothing shall escape the missiles, man. The only one that's gonna escape the destruction is those that's being beamed up, that's a part of the elect, pursuant to Songs of Solomon, the 5th chapter, man. The first verse, man, the strangers of their salvation. The only ones that's going to escape this destruction are the elect, man. And 144,000. That's it.
It says, "The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run."
Because when the missiles come, they're gonna come in a military formation, man. They're gonna be shot off in that military formation because of the assembly of great nations that are gonna assemble themselves against Babylon, which is America. They're gonna come in a military formation. They're gonna set themselves up strategically, where they're gonna shoot missiles off, man. Well, America is gonna be able to shoot missiles off and counter them. But guess what? America's gonna be overwhelmed, and that's that army, man. An army of missiles. Not an army of men, an army of missiles, an army of hypersonic nuclear missiles, supersonic, and some missiles, it takes 10 minutes to get over here. So that's why it says in Revelation, America will be destroyed in 1 hour.
Damn.
1 hour, 60 minutes. It's all going to take to destroy this vast kingdom. 5,000 square miles of nothing but a shithole. It's going to be destroyed in 1 hour.
That's right.
Yeah, bro.
And what's heavy about it is that the Apostle John saw it as a lake.
Yeah,
He actually saw the whole
Yeah.
entire landmass
Yeah,
of
the lake of
America
fire, yeah.
completely on fire.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the skyscrapers. That's how high up the fire is going to be, man. He literally saw a lake on fire, man.
Damn.
And none's going to escape it, save those that's a part of the elect, man. That has been exempt from judgment that they are, man. Got more?
Yep, it says, "Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array."
It's not a strong people. It's talking about a military. It's about missiles being shot off in military formation. I just explained it. You got Russia, China, Iran, Iraq, North Korea, Pakistan, India, Germany, France, Iran, Pakistan, India. They all gonna shoot missiles off in their formation. How they set themselves up in the battle array. That assembly of great nations that the Most High is speaking about in Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, the 9th verse, man. That assembly of great nations, they all be in their military formation, and they're gonna shoot missiles off accordingly. to destroy this bitch they call America, man. And none is going to escape, man. No old hoes, no young hoes, no little babies, no children. All dead and gone, man. Devoured. Like that. Eviscerated. Yeah, bro.
It says, before their face the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness.
Blackness representing there being much pain and blackness. They're going to gather blackness. They're going to be in fear. Yeah. They're going to be in awe and shock. Yeah. When they find out that America been shot off because, all right, you got missiles, and it's going to be broadcast, man. It's going to be a live event, and America's going to be destroyed. But guess what? You going to have different nations watching on via satellite. Yeah. And that's how it says that in Revelation, they was lamented, you know, for America, man. Not because they was happy, they was sad that this bitch got destroyed. They're not gonna make no more money, man. Because all these people, they hate this country, man, but they fear because they got nuclear missiles. And that's the stronghold that Esau used. They use that as a fear tactic. But guess what? The Most High's gonna use that to counter your fear and bring your own fears upon you and destroy you with your own device that you made, which was given to you from the Lord, Yahweh, man. Yeah, but you got more?
Yep. It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
That's about the nuclear missiles, man. It's not no mighty men. It's a metaphor from how the missiles going to hit their targets, man, and destroy everything in its path, man. That beast of destruction that destroy and win.
That's right.
That's exactly what it's talking about. It's not talking about no people, man.
Yeah.
An army of people run up on wars and shit. No, it's talking about missiles, man.
That's right.
Hey, laser guided missiles.
And spiritually guided, man.
And spiritually guided. It says,
that's good.
And they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks.
They ain't gonna march everyone on their ways. They should not break their ranks. Why? Because they're gonna be spiritually guided and laser guided to hit their targets, man.
That's right.
They're not gonna fall out the sky. They're gonna hit their targets, man.
Yeah.
In order.
And they're gonna be in order. There's gonna be an order of missiles coming from different directions, man.
Yeah.
That's why the earth is gonna rock to and fro like a drunken. You got missiles coming from the east, going to the west. You got missiles coming from the west, going to the east, man. To destroy everything's going, and none of them missiles is going to collide with each other. None of them missiles are going to fall out the sky. They're all going to hit their targets, man, because they're going to be spiritually guided by Yahweh Shah, and they're going to be laser guided by Esau's technology that was been given to them by Yahweh Shah, man. You got more?
Yep, it says, neither shall one thrust another, and they shall walk everyone in his path.
Like I said, they're not going to collide, neither thrust one another towards each other. They're not going to collide with each other and fall out the sky. They're going to walk every man on their path, everyone on their path, and destroy their target that they've been designed to destroy, man.
And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter at the windows like a thief.
They are going to destroy everything in their path. That's talking about thermal, nuclear destruction. That's talking about men climbing up on walls and going to people's houses, man. No, it's talking about nuclear missiles, man, destroying everything, man. And concentrated fire, man, destroying everything. That was it, man?
That's it. And you know, the windows is the clouds.
Exactly, come.
The windows is the clouds. That's why the apostle, Isaiah said, behold, the sword shall be bathed in heaven and shall come down upon Idumea.
That's right.
Because it's gonna shoot up into the heavens, into space, and it's gonna pierce through the clouds, which is the windows, man.
That's right. That's right. The windows are on high. The Most High says he opens the windows on high. You know what I'm saying? You're right, man. You're right. That's the clouds, man. You got that in Isaiah the 34th chapter. Let's get back to that.
God.
And these preachers what this guy. We're trying to bring it out.
This is Isaiah chapter 34, and I'm gonna reread too. It says, "The indignation of the Lord is upon all nations."
Now we didn't explain what the indignation of the Lord that's gonna be upon all nations, man. Talking about the nuclear missiles, talking about the nuclear missiles, man. It's gonna be upon all the nations that have nuclear access. You know what I'm saying? All the nations that I mentioned, that are similar great nations, talk about Pakistan, India, every nation that have nuclear capabilities, man. That's the indignation of the Lord, man. And each nation is going to be hit with targets. You know what I'm saying? Each nation have a target that's going to be hit, man. And the targets that's going to be hitting these different nations, that's the Lord doing that, man. Now all these nations are going to be destroyed, but certain parts of these countries are going to be destroyed. But America's going to be totally destroyed. Israel's going to be totally destroyed, but Israel's going to be built back up by the first fruits of slaves. The Most High is going to punish the host of the Howard that are on high, which are the international beggars on down. They're going to be the first fruits of slaves, man. You know what I mean? gotta say real quick. I'm saying them fifth thing to bring that
That's
up.
right. And his fury upon all their armies.
And the Lord's fury is upon all their armies, the nuclear missile, baby.
He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
Hey, that's truth that come to mind. Isaiah, the 66th chapter, the 15th verse. The slain of the Lord shall be many, man.
That's right.
Also, Jeremiah, I think it's 33 and 25, or 25 and 33.
Yeah.
The slain of the Lord will be from one end of the earth to the next, man. The slain of the Lord shall be many. We got to get real quick, Brother Kashan.
God, it says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
Hey, like I said, Isaiah, the 66th chapter, the 15th verse, man. The slain of the Lord shall be many. And exactly what Isaiah, the 34th chapter is speaking about right now, man.
And their mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Now the mountains represent the government. The government shall be melted with their blood. The blood of what? The slain.
This is Jeremiah 25, verse 33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth.
You see how the scriptures lined up? You see how in Isaiah, they talk about this. Read Isaiah 34th chapter again.
It is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out.
Their slain also be cast out. Now you read Jeremiah saying the same thing. Jeremiah 25, verse 33.
Yep.
The slain of the Lord shall be going in the earth to the next. You read Isaiah, the 66th chapter, the 15th verse, it's saying the same thing. The slain of the Lord shall be many. So it's showing you, man, the Lord's coming back with great wrath and indignation, with cruel anger, cruel devastation and destruction, man.
That's right. That's right.
It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
And all the hosts of heaven, all the armies of the rulership of Esau, all these armies, Esau ruled from Europe to Canada to Australia, man. All their armies is gonna be dissolved, man, destroyed, man. A great depiction of that is, like I keep bringing out, second edge of the 13th chapter, man. The first verse, man, when Yahweh cracked them skies, man, and they was in the midst of battle, and they stopped to subdue him that came from that was in that flying on that great mountain, which also was the chapter. It wasn't a mountain, it was a chapter, man. It explained it to you in great detail, you know?
God, and it reads, and their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off of the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Hey man, the army's gonna fall, this empire's gonna fall, it's gonna collapse, and not rise again, man. America shall be destroyed, man. And there's nothing you Edomites can do. You can take bomb, try to be a healing agent, and try to fix the economy, give out stimulus check after stimulus check, give out I see a lot of construction on these roads now, trying to build the roads back, because you see the infrastructure is crumbling because y'all neglected the infrastructure of America so long through these armies and you'll do these perpetual wars, and you see that America is crumbling. So now, throughout all America, you see construction sites. You go, there's a map, and you go on Google, and you see all the construction sites in America. And they all over the place, man. Not only in America, it's not only in New York, but all over, man. Preparing different buildings and preparing different roads and bridges and all that. Yeah, bro.
God, verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
The Lord's sword, which is the nuclear missile, shall be bathed in the rulership of Esau, the so-called white man. Okay?
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
That sword that the Most High is talking about, it's going to come down upon Idumea. Now, Idumea is a Greek word for saying Edom. That great sword will come down upon Edom.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
And upon the people of the Most High's curse to judgment. Who are the curse of the Lord? I'm saying Esau. They have been cursed with leprosy, man. Look at their skin. That's a curse to have that, man. So all these nations were once dark nations, man. So that's a curse upon that, man. The people of the Most High's curse is Esau and Edom. Read.
Verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and the blood of the lambs and goats.
Hey, Pastor Tahar broke that down clearly and plainly. Hey, America's numbered a big altar And that's a representation or a metaphor for the people that's in this land, the goats and all that. It's for people, because America's gonna be a big sacrifice, man. And every wicked ass soul in this land is gonna be upon that altar to be sacrificed, man. And that's exactly what this is getting into. Yeah, read, bro.
It says, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, and the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra.
And the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra. Basra was an ancient land, a capital city where Esau dwelt and had control over, man.
That's right.
So you can equate America with Basra right now, man. Have a great slaughter in the land of Basra, man. Read that again, Baba Bashar.
For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Here's a great sacrifice in the land of Basra, in Basra, which is America, and a great sword upon the land of Idumea, man, which is America, which is Edomites, man. The land of where Esau dwelt, the land of Idumea, is America, man. And wherever Esau is dwelling, we got his government, man. I'm saying, ruler. You can't get around this, man. What time is it, bro? So you can get your little look in, bro.
5:54.
All right, so come on. I'm saying, so with that, let this brother come up and say speak, because, you know, yeah, bro. You can continue getting into your own thing, bro.
Let's go.
Obadiah 1 and 15 to 18 says, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Shai is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
That's right.
Thy reward shall return on thy own head.
That's right.
And how has Esau, rewarded us as a people? Nothing but murder, robbery, slavery, castration, rape, thievery. The list goes on. So that's what's going to come.
Lynchings.
To you. You say what?
Lynchings.
Lynchings. That's what's going to come unto you in our kingdom of heaven, man. Go ahead.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain.
And who's the Lord's holy mountain? Go back to Joel chapter 2 and verse 1.
That's right.
Upon the Lord's, it said that he drank upon the Lord's, read that again.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain.
As you have drunk upon my holy mountain. Now read Joel.
It's Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion.
In Zion. Zion is a nickname for our people, the Hebrew Israelites, which is a monument to us so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're a monument unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashmal Shai, primarily the elect. That's who he's looking at right now. Go ahead.
And sound an alarm in mine holy mountain.
And sound an alarm in my holy mountain, in the Lord's separate government, all right, which is the elect of Israel, which is the nation of Israel as a whole, but the elect of Israel. That's who the Lord's really, that's the Lord's precious stone, so to speak, for lack of a better way of putting it. That's his precious seed, man, the elect of Israel. So go back to Obadiah
1 and 16.
Yep.
Obadiah 1 and 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down.
And what are they going to drink? Now go to Jeremiah 49 and verse 12.
Ooh-wee.
And go to Deuteronomy 30 verse 7.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. That's them priests. Yeah, there you go, bro. Jeremiah 49 verse 12. Because he speaks about drinking, right? So what are they going to drink? Which is a metaphor. They're going to drink down those curses. The Lord's judgment, the Lord's vengeance.
That's right.
Let's bring it out.
37 now?
Now let's bring out Jeremiah 49 and then go there.
Give me 1 second. You said 49?
And 12.
Cotton, this is Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunk it.
Now what did we drink? We drank down those curses. Deuteronomy 28 verse 15 all the way down. That's what we drunk. That wasn't actually our judgment. Because what did the Lord say in Deuteronomy 7 verse 6? I've created you to be a special people above all nations. Roughly paraphrased. That was our judgment. But guess what? We went off, so therefore we have to drink the cup of the curses instead of drinking the cup of the blessings. Go ahead.
God. And it says, for thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Go to verse 7, because who's this speaking about?
God.
Go ahead.
This is verse 7. It says, concerning Edom.
There you go, concerning Edom. So this is concerning Esau, man. Art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Go ahead.
Continue on 7.
Verse 12.
Okay, on 12. And it says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Thou shalt surely drink of it. Now you can bring it out. 37, 30 and 7.
30 and 7?
Yep.
Con, this is Deuteronomy 30, verse 7. And Yahweh, thy power, will put all these curses
So that's
upon
what Esau's going to drink. Because the elder brother brought out earlier, Psalms 83, it names Esau being the primary enemy of Israel. It starts with Esau, Edom, and then it trickles down to the other nations, man. So Esau's going to be the first nation to drink down these curses, man. The curses that we went through as a people. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 30, verse 7. And Yahweh, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
And if you want to read about those curses, go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 15, all the way down, man. That's what you're gonna drink in our kingdom, man. Go ahead.
And on them that hate thee.
And upon them that hate thee. Who has hated us as a people? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Right. Beginning with Amalek, man. Go ahead.
Which persecute thee.
And thou haven't we been seeing that like all week long last week? How many Jays got shot by the so-called white man?
Yeah.
Even though it was judgment, nevertheless, who was at the forefront of bringing that judgment? Esau, man.
Psalm 17, verse 13.
Psalm 17, verse 13, man. The wicked is thy sword, which is Esau, Edom, man. Go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I got something to bring out.
This is Jeremiah 40. This is Jeremiah 42, verse 18.
Yep.
Thus says Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, as my anger and my fury have been poured upon the habitations of Jerusalem, so shall my fury be poured forth upon you when ye shall enter into Egypt, and ye shall be in execration, in an astonishment, in a curse, in a reproach, and ye shall see this place no more.
Break it down.
Con, the main part is execration. Execration is going into oath, a covenant. When the Lord destroys this place, that's a swear that he made upon his name. America alone is going to be an oath that the Lord has put upon his name to destroy. That's why the scriptures say that Sodom and Gomorrah, that was a place of the ungodly, and that was made for an example. Saying, what you think America's for? America is going to be an example of destruction, of how to live when you're wicked.
How not to live.
Yeah, kind of ego.
And also, America's going to be, that's why it says, it read that in Isaiah the 34th chapter, that America's a great altar. It says a big sacrifice in the land of Boswell. That's that altar. When you sacrifice, you put it on an altar.
Yeah.
And America's this great altar, and the people in here, is in them lambs and them kidneys of rams and the fatness. The ghosts, the people are the metaphor for that right there. And there is the Most High have a great slaughter in the land of Boswell. We brought it out. I'm gonna let you brothers get it.
And it says, as my anger and my fury have been poured upon the habitation of Jerusalem. What was the anger and the fury? Punishment. The Lord chastised us, he punished us. But at the end of the day, what? The Lord, he winked at our iniquities. At our ignorance. At our ignorance. But the Lord is not going to wink at the ignorance that was done in America. Why? Because you have touched the apple of the Lord's eye. So the Lord is going to wipe this place off the face of America. It's going to be a memorial.
Or the face of the earth.
The face of the earth. It's going to be a memorial.
And how's he going to do that? By way of the ICBMs, man. The nuclear missiles. And the return of our beloved, or his beloved son, our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, with the holy angels, man. That's how America's going to get taken out.
Go ahead. And it says, ye shall be in an execration and an astonishment. People are going to be astonished at America, man. They're going to look at this place, you know, and when we get in the kingdom, they're going to say, damn. You know what I'm saying? Look what the Lord did to that place, man. There's never been such force. There has never been within the face of time. Look at what the Lord has done to this place. An astonishment. Okay?
It's going to, pretty much, America's going to be a memorial of wickedness, man. And the everlasting smoke, which is going to be smoke coming up going up for a long period of time, is going to be a remembrance unto the other nations not to do the will of the Lord, man. To do righteousness, so to speak. Go ahead.
Or what not to be.
Right.
In a curse and a reproach, and ye shall see this place no more. The curse is going to be all the bad things that are going to come upon America. Destruction, death, and destruction. You know, and the deliverance of Israel that's going to come out of this place. That's how you know that the curse is going to be lifted up off of Israel once we come out of this place. That's when the curse is lifted off.
Yeah. And why is the curse going to be lifted off the nation of Israel? Because our Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to change us as a people, and He's going to give us that new covenant. He's going to put His laws, such commandments in our inward parts, man, and we're going to be righteous forever. And that's another cut on these so-called Jews, all right? Because it speaks about how we're going to be changed as a people. Pursuant to 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, you so-called Jews, you haven't been changed according to that prophecy, man. There's still wickedness going on out there in the land of Israel. You're still corrupt as a people. You still die. So how can you be the Israelites? How can you be the tribe of Judah? And there's more tribes than the tribe of Judah, man. There's 12 tribes. So where's Issachar? Where's Reuben? Where's Gad? Where's Naphtali? Where's Manasseh? So on and so. Where's Asher? All right. So on and so forth. Where are the other tribes, man? You don't measure up to the prophecies, man. Because you're not those people. Go ahead.
Because the scriptures say, in the land of thy captivity, thou shalt remember thyself.
Yep.
So it means is that the children of Israel had to be living in ignorance.
Yes.
They had to be doing things pertaining to the other nations.
Yeah.
When you go into the so-called 1948ers, they you know what I mean? They, if you go into their history, they say they never fell off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They always been ruling them, you know?
Yep. Where you go?
Yeah, I have something that
Bring
goes
out.
back to the cup.
Bring it out.
God, this is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21, one of my favorite scriptures. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom."
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. So pretty much now's the time to live it up. If there's any time to be in that YOLO spirit for you Edomites, now's the time, man. Do your thing. Get your pleasure. Go ahead.
It says, "That dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also."
Now where's modern day Uz? America. All right. This is Esau's main stronghold, so to speak. Go ahead.
It says, "The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked."
Yeah, and you're pretty much being exposed right now, man. It's Yahweh Shema Shai that's making you bare. First and foremost by way of His servants, the prophets, and by way of that internet, that tool that you call the internet, man. That's also exposing you. Go ahead.
And it says,
exposing your wickedness, your lies. Go ahead.
It says, "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion."
So our captivity over here in America, us being at the bottom, has been accomplished, man. We're no longer going to go back into slavery again. This is the last time we're going to be on this low level.
That's right.
The Lord is about to raise us up, and He's raising us up right now by way of this truth, man. Entering into the spirits of the elect. Go ahead.
It says, "He will no longer, or he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins."
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So how's the Lord doing that? How are the things of Esau searched out? Go back to that in Obadiah.
Yeah, it's beautiful,
verse,
Chad, the scriptures line up, bro.
Yeah, bro. Verse 4. Oh no, verse 6. Yep.
Obadiah 1 and verse 4. "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down."
You're in verse 4, right?
Yeah, kind of.
All right, start again, and then go to verse 6. Yep.
Obadiah 1, verse 4. "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars."
And what's Esau's symbol? What's the so-called white man's symbol? The eagle, man. When you look at the USPS symbol or logo, what do you see? You see an eagle.
Yeah. Unclean bird.
An unclean bird. And that goes back to your ancient Roman Empire. That goes back to your ancient Greek Empire. So you are those Edomites. You are the Edomites, man. Throughout your different rulerships, you've always used the eagle as your emblem, man. Go ahead, bro.
"Thence I will bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Yep, go ahead.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out?"
How are the things of Esau searched out, man? How is Esau's wickedness being searched out? Through the spirit of our Lord Yahweh Shai working on the minds of his men, the elect, to search these things out, man.
And also upon the Most High said he's gonna have their tongue full upon themselves.
That's what I'm
where
getting.
you have different, you gonna get that?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
64:8.
Yeah, 64.
Whereas you're gonna have different men that's a part of their confederacy,
Right.
or that fell out, a favor in the sight of them. They start revealing certain secrets, man.
Yeah,
That's all the Most High, though.
They're called whistleblowers.
Yeah, whistleblowers.
Whistleblowers.
Such as John Todd,
Yeah.
or what's his name again?
Do you know about Tex Mars?
Tex Mars.
Tex Mars.
This dude, Edward Griffin. I forgot. The Buster always bring him out. Edward G. Griffin.
Edward G. Griffin. All right.
No.
All right.
Will Cooper.
Yeah, William
Bill
Cooper.
Cooper. William Cooper. Yep.
Behold the pale horse, right?
Khan.
Yeah.
Khan.
And so forth and so on, man.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
Khan, this is Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So they will make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Go to verse 1.
Oh, start from 1.
Yeah,
Khan.
to find out who's speaking.
This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O God, in the prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Yeah, preserve our life from the fear of the enemy, man. Our people are in fear right now. Okay? Our people are in fear because of the enemy. Who's the enemy? Esau, Edom. So the Lord's going to preserve our lives, Lord, when we be those men, if we are the elect in that day. As it says in Isaiah 59, verse 19, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, he's going to lift up his standards, man. Go ahead.
It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
From the secret council of the wicked, today they're known as the Illuminati.
Or the Council of 13,
Or the
which is part
Council
of
of
the
13.
Illuminati.
Or the CFR. Well, that's the
Council for religion.
yeah, the Council of Foreign
The
Relations.
Trilateral Commission.
That's another one.
The
The
Bilderbergers.
Bilderbergers.
You
The
know?
Bilderbergers. Pretty much Esau's a shadow government, man. But it's really these central banking families, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gates. That's the secret council of the wicked, man, that no one really knows about. But right now, the Lord is exposing these Edomites, man. He's exposing these different families that's got this world upside down. Go down to verse 8.
Down to verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
Yeah, they're going to expose themselves, just as we brought out. Okay, your whistleblowers such as William Cooper,
Edward G. Griffin.
Edward G. Griffin, Tex Mars, and many more, man.
Fritz Springmeier.
That's another one.
Yep, Con. Yep.
And the Lord is also using the internet as a tool, man.
That's right.
That's the main tool. That's what the Lord meant by how are the things of Esau searched out. How are we actually searching these things out, man?
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
And the internet is a really big role, and I feel like there was almost a window for you to find this stuff out. Because all these videos about the Illuminati and all that was on YouTube.
Yeah.
But prior to that, like the apostles probably had to go to the library and stuff like that to find that out. But now if you notice, a lot of these videos aren't even around no more on YouTube.
That's right, they're taking them down.
Yeah, those videos are gone. So the time to find out about these things now is almost going back to the time of old, to where you gotta buy these books like Behold the Pale Horse, like those books by Fritz Springmeier, and search it out. Because it's not even out there no more. Esau, hey, he peeped game that we're exposing him through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Well, really, right now, they don't even need to do that. What they need to do is listen to the servants of prophets.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Where the main
That's
tool
right.
that the Lord is using.
That's right.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because everything that we have learned has been embedded in our mind. So
That's
Esau,
right.
they can take all the videos off YouTube, take all the books out of the libraries, but they can't erase what we have learned in our mind, especially when the Most High programming in our mind.
Get that in Revelation 7.
So regardless of what you do, you cannot, the elect of the Lord, you cannot erase their minds, man. You know, we have been sealed and brainwashed from the filth of Esau and been filled with the Holy Spirit and the words of truth and sincerity, man. So therefore, man, you can't erase that, man.
7 verse 1.
God, this is Revelation chapter 7 verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, and the wind shall not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Now let's get some understanding of that. First and foremost, why are the angels standing on the four corners of the earth and holding back this wind,
Destruction.
which is a metaphor for the destruction. Because first and foremost, someone get Matthew 24 and verse 30 and verse 31 and Jeremiah 51 and verse 1.
24, 31.
Yeah,
That beast of destruction, that destroying wind.
right. Start verse 30.
All right. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Go ahead.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet.
The same angels that are at the four corners of the earth. Go ahead, bro.
And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
So it said in John's vision, he said four corners. Yahweh Shai is saying four winds. Pretty much our people are scattered across the globe, according to the curse. Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. They shall be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, roughly paraphrasing from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. So the elect are throughout the globe, man. That's why this destruction hasn't taken place yet, because they need to be sealed. Now that wind that's being spoken about in Revelation 7 is a metaphor for the destruction, man. For the nuclear missiles. Now you can bring that out. Jeremiah 51.
This is Jeremiah 51 verse 1. And it says, thus says Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon.
Against Babylon, go ahead.
And against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
A destroying wind. Now, nowhere in history, bro, is there any records about how ancient Babylon was destroyed by a destroying wind.
That's right, there wasn't.
It wasn't, bro. When you got to Daniel the 5th chapter, you read about how it was taken over. It was like a surgical attack.
It became a province of the Medo-Persian Empire.
Exactly. So what Babylon is this speaking about?
Right.
It's speaking about the same Babylon.
That's right.
And get that real quick. Revelation 17 and go to verse 4. Because it's the same Babylon that the Apostle John saw. Babylon the Great. Mystery Babylon the Great. Bring it out.
This is Revelation 17 and verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Go ahead.
And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations.
Which this is all symbolic. What the Apostle John is seeing here is a metaphor. It's symbolic for this place that you know is America. America is that great whore. Go ahead.
And filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon. Mystery Babylon the Great.
Mystery Babylon the Great. So there goes that word again, Babylon. But Babylon the Great, not ancient Babylon, but Babylon the Great. The place of great wickedness, man. Great homosexuality, great adultery.
Great confusion.
Great confusion, great depression. Babylon is, or modern day Babylon is America, man. So go back to Jeremiah 51.
Come on, this is Jeremiah 51 verse 1. Thus says Yahweh, behold, I will rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
A destroying wind. Go ahead.
And I will send upon Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
And what's that going into? Now go to Jeremiah 50 and verse 9.
Jeremiah 50 verse 9, and it reads, for lo, I will rise up, Salaki, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon,
Kept coming up all day.
an assembly of great nations from the north country.
An assembly of great nations. So not just one nation is going to shoot their nuclear missiles. An assembly of great nations. That is Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, India, Pakistan. All the countries that's within the EU, NATO. They're all going to shoot their nuclear missiles upon America, man. It's Babylon the Great.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And it says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. For thence,
Against her.
yeah, against her.
See, it's that same whore.
That same
Which is
bitch.
America. Babylon the Great, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
In Salak, and they shall set themselves in array against her. For thence she shall be taken.
America's going to be taken in that day, man. Go ahead.
Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man.
Okay, cool. Now let's slow it down.
Right,
Their arrows. What's the arrow speaking about?
Right.
Isaiah 9 verse 5. Because this isn't going to be a battle like fought in the ancient days. It's going to be modern day warfare, man. The arrows is a metaphor for the nuclear missiles.
That's right. You get it?
Just
Isaiah 9 and 5?
bump the shot.
God. There's Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
Because that's how they used to fight in the ancient days, man. Alright?
But
confused noise on the battlefield. The confused noise coming from the warriors themselves, the battle horses, the men screaming, hollering. That's that confused noise, man.
Limbs being cut off.
Yeah, their limbs being cut off, their head being chopped.
All you gotta do is watch movies like 300,
Gladiator,
and 300 Gladiator, Braveheart, and all them other ancient movies that I'm saying that they have that they depict war, garments robed in blood and men fighting with swords and hand in hand, looking at the man eye while you kill him.
Right. You know? That medieval warfare.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
But this battle, World War III, the Battle of Armageddon, which is the accumulation of these different countries coming together to fight in World War III, this is going to be a battle like never before, with burning and fuel of fire. That burning and fuel of fire is going to come by way of those ICBMs and the laser beams from the chariots, man. Go ahead, go back to where you was at.
This is Jeremiah 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise a cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations from the north country.
From the north country, which is Russia. Because Russia's going to be the main, America's main enemy, so to speak. The main antagonist, if you will. Go ahead.
And they shall set themselves in array against her. For thence she shall be taken.
Go ahead.
Their arrow shall be as a mighty expert man.
So these arrows are not your ordinary arrows, man.
Exactly.
These are going to be ICBMs. It speaks about the same arrow in this second Ezra, about how the arrow. You got it?
Come on, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, let's get that.
Second Ezra.
The arrows, man. Second Ezra 16 and verse 13. Yeah. Go ahead, keep reading that.
And none shall return in vain.
Yeah, none are gonna return in vain. Once that ICBM is launched, shot and launched, that's it. That's it for America, man. Within 30 to 60 minutes, America's gonna be destroyed. Simple as that, man.
That's right.
Got it?
Yeah, it's actually verse 15.
Start from verse 13.
Start from 13. Got it. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand.
That came out earlier.
Oh yeah?
For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
See? Strong, that's why I said starting at verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. The same bow and arrow that Jeremiah's, saw in his vision. It's a metaphor, man, for the ICBMs. We read about in Isaiah the 9th chapter about how it's not going to be a battle full like never. It's not going to be a battle like before. It's going to be a new battle, man. Modern day warfare. Go ahead.
And it says, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
When they begin to be shot into the ends of the earth, man, or into the ends of the world. So they're going to be shot from places like Russia and hit targets over here in America. These ICBMs will be shot from China and hit targets here in America, man.
That's right.
Within 60 minutes.
That's right.
And you can't have your mightiest archer out there can't do that, man. You can't let loose an arrow from, let's say, Moscow and hit targets over here in America. It's actually, it's physically impossible.
God.
Go ahead.
It says, behold, the plagues are set and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till they consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot out of a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be set upon earth shall not return again.
So pretty much, once those nuclear missiles are shot and launched, that's it, man. It's game over. It's salvation time, so to speak. Now, before that actually happens, this is what needs to take place. Go back to Revelation, the 7th chapter.
I had that.
Oh, you had it? Let's go back there. Because before that happens, the elect need to be sealed with this knowledge, man. With this understanding.
This is our back in Revelation chapter 7 and
Verse
just
1.
1. And it says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth,
Yep.
holding the 4 winds of the earth,
So they're holding back the destruction. Go ahead.
that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
So the earth, the sea, the tree, that's a metaphor for the people. Really, it's a metaphor for the Israelites, primarily the elect.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, neither the trees, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Okay, until they're sealed, this destruction can't take place.
That's
So
right.
what's the seal? Bring that out.
It's
Beautiful.
Ezekiel 9,
Yep.
verse 4. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem,
He said, cut it out.
and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Now, when you go to that word mark, the word mark there in the Hebrew is tawar, which means exemption. And they're going to be exempt because they have this truth within their spirits, within their vessels. And the blood of Yahweh Shai is going to cover their sins. And that's how they're going to be exempt from this coming destruction, man. So that's pretty much it. We're going to end the lesson by giving all praise, honors, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakodash.
Double honors to our elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to the elect.
Shalom, shalom. Abba Ball.